Hello and welcome back to Rocket Rabbit Commentaries plays Dead Rising on PS4, remastered and realized so you can have some zombie killing fun, everybody. Let's go check out the jeweler and try using some gems.
Jewels.
It's a wonder that we didn't try using these before. As soon as we can find the item that corresponds to the shop or vendor, because we find that you can only get jewels from a jeweler, and you can only get toys from a toy store. Vandalism.
Okay, so what is actually available for us to use as items in the jewelry store?
Well, there's a cardboard box. Whenever you throw around cardboard boxes, it may contain juice. It might contain an apple or a cabbage. It might contain a blunt weapon. You're probably not going to get a handgun out of a cardboard box, but
Right.
you will get a random, let's say, common item. Hey, come on, there's got to be jewels around here somewhere. Who's got the jewels? Who's got the things? Ooh, that looks shiny.
There's plenty of jewels. It's just that they're not interactable.
Nice, it actually makes bullet holes in the glass. Very shiny. Want, but can't get. It is a fixture, not an object. There is someone stalking behind me.
And you get no points
Of
for
course,
for a
because as a rule of thumb, only zombies or human subjects can get you points. Or that's not necessarily true, actually. PP stickers can do it. The gas explosion, as we were doing the tutorial of the game, that also can do it. Apparently, you can't smash the vase. No, it wasn't because your gun was clipping through the vase, Past Cloud. It's because the vase cannot be destroyed. Oh, gems,
which
gems.
is terrible.
Get the gems, get the gems.
Okay. Okay, so
Yeah! Alright.
that is such a huge waste.
Cashing in the rocks, baby. Now you wonder why gems are so expensive. They're fun. You throw one, you throw like fucking 15 of them at the same time.
Now, admittedly, you actually do inflict a decent cone of stun when you do that, but still, that's...
Ugh, how thirsty.
I can't see that as being an effective weapon to try and use.
Well, I mean, let's face it, man. Like we've run the gamut of most of the items that you can use in Dead Rising 1. Some items are better than others. You're typically going to be seeking out the better items so that you can have the better items. The pathways to getting the better items are going to be the most familiar to you. The pathways to getting the not-so-good items, like gems, for example, are not going to be so familiar. You're not going to be going out of your way to the jewelry store to get gems. It's nice that you have something to use as an alternate to what is optimal, based on what you have nearby and what you're capable of getting.
Yeah, but at the same point, our sharpened knife is able to two-shot zombies, whereas I don't think you scored any successful skills by throwing gems at them. The cone of stun is honestly really useful. It's just that it's not enough to really consider as a useful inventory slot.
Oh, our inventory slots are quite precious. All the more precious because we still have fewer than 8 item slots at the moment. Lady on the left was not quite in the frame. Wags.
So who is Greg?
Greg's around here somewhere. I mean, he was. He might have been the guy who was probably still trapped in that roller coaster car, by the way, which leads me to believe that guy probably died of thirst like about 5 hours ago. The dude cannot get off the ride. If you can't get off the ride, you're trapped up there. And as we reveal, if we did the out of control game, if we did the out of control scoop in which you had to defeat Adam, the maniacally and hysterically laughing clown with the mini chainsaws, he was holding a human hostage aboard the roller coaster car.
Okay.
Yeah. It's still fun to use a gun. Yeah. Oh, damn it. My one weakness. Standing perfectly
being
still.
ambushed from behind by zombies.
Hey, there's a lot of you guys. Excuse me. Because all this damage is making me thirsty.
Okay, so you're supposed to be doing the zombie walk from here, right? In order to get those through those large crowds.
Yeah, when you got a crowd of zombies around you, you want to use the zombie walk. If only we got the somersault kick, right? Wow, we have fewer than 5 hours left of the game. We've come a long way in this playthrough. But now that it is morning of the final day, we find ourselves in a rather...
That Keife is permanently turned into a kid, and we don't have the ability to save him anymore.
You'll have other chances, Frank. It is true. Opportunity knocks only once, especially in the world of photography. If you miss your moment of opportunity, you're not going to get another one. But not in Dead Rising. All you have to do is just start a new game, and you can get that second chance. Highly recommended that you save often during this game, of course.
Right. So the brick wall that's there, if we were to take a heavy piece of construction equipment, will we be able to actually tear it down?
Nope.
Damn.
That brick wall is just as solid as every other object in this game that's not just pretending to be a barricade. Nice headshot. So let's see if we can bone up on our... Ugh, you got me. That was a good one. Maybe you guys are just a bunch of zombie extras in a movie. You missed.
You missed again.
Yeah, wipe yourself off. Oh, you got an itch. I can scratch it with my gun. That's some good yogurt. Look at how shiny the floor is.
The floor is stupidly shiny, to be perfectly honest.
And you can thank Sean, the homicidal grocery store manager, for keeping the place so clean, except that now that we've long since missed out on that story-based scoop, Sean can no longer be the reason why this place looks so clean, and also why it's infested with zombies right now. Because he and his improvised shopping cart of doom was keeping the place tidy. Clean up. Register 6. It's alright. It's okay, Frank. You got plenty of time. It's not even 8 o'clock yet.
There is a deli. I gotta say that I'm disappointed that the first game in this series doesn't actually have the crafting features that I am somewhat familiar with when it comes to zombie survival games.
Right.
Recently, my friend group and I were trying to go and play through Dead Island 2, and the single player adventure for that very specifically starts off with a bunch of melee crafting for your primary weapons before you actually get access to your basic ballistics.
And
so I was really expecting there to be a lot of melee improvised crafted weapons that we could use for this.
Oh, we actually got a photo object on the seafood signage. Huh. Wonder if there's a PP sticker hiding up there. On the subject of
well, there was.
when you are able to take anything and combine it with something and turn it into something else, then you actually find yourself with way more options than just, oh, I want to go here, but I am blocked by zombies. The map is the map is windy. That you could take lots of alternate routes in order to craft even the same objects, except that you have to craft at a bench. You can't craft from your inventory in Dead Rising 2, which I suppose actually might explain why I was not so fond of crafting in Dead Rising 2, because okay, the bench is in the same place all the time, and there's more than one bench. I'm positive there's more than one bench throughout the game. So instead of going to like, let's say for example, like after you defeat Adam the Clown, as I was mentioning in Dead Rising 1, you could pick up the chainsaw from the roller coaster loading dock anytime. There's a destination, and there's a path to get there, which predicates on where you're starting from. Okay, so suppose that the mini chainsaw location was the workbench, because you have to go to the place, you have to take the action, and then you get the thing. It's the same thing, except instead of getting, specifically just one item, you got to go to the workbench, but you can get any kind of item you want. But then at that point, because you're forcing Chuck, who's the protagonist in Dead Rising 2, to go to the workbench just to finally get these items he's after. Well, does it really solve that problem, though?
We have acquired a cleaver.
This is the knife shop. They sell knives,
Yes.
Specifically katanas,
And katanas.
Cleavers, and hunting knives. Cleavers actually are very inappropriate for a hunting knife store. Because we find,
I wouldn't exactly hold that opinion. I mean, cleavers specifically are used for the harvesting of protein byproducts from successful hunts. So, after you successfully use a hunting knife in order to bring down your target, you use a cleaver in order to harvest.
No. A cleaver is a kitchen knife. It looks like a kitchen knife.
That is definitely not a standardized kitchen knife, though. That cleaver very specifically would be used for, attempting to cut through a muscle and bone.
Well, thankfully, there are no saws in this game except for chainsaws. No hand saws. Yes, I get it. The cardboard is an object I could pick up, but right now, it's blocking me. Come on, you can get better pictures than that, Frank. That was almost a better picture. Your bald head does not give you points. Although now you definitely look like the kind of guy that would be at a firing range twice a week. Yeah. Well, to think that as the hour approaches when Ed has to pick us up from the helipad, that it is daytime, which means that the zombies are lower difficulty AI. They don't have as much health and they don't move as fast, and there's also not as many of them cluttered around the place, which makes it easier to get around.
Doesn't that mean that we should be attempting to look for additional survivors?
If there are any left. I mean, we got lucky. We had a chance, I should say, when we just randomly went into Casual Gals in Wonderland Plaza and found the two hiding out in there. Yeah, that was great that at least we had a chance to save those two. And I think there may still be survivors in the gun shop. But by this stage in the game, if you are following the story, the very last thing that Frank is doing at this point is he defeated Larry the Butcher, which means that he got the password to Carlito's computer, which means that we had unveiled Carlito's plot of something. Oh, no. So the order of events is, because we don't see the end of this game, is we get Carlito's password, and then we stop the radio jammer so that Jesse can finally get the call for help out. Then Special Forces show up. Special Forces starts cleaning up the place. So by later in the game, there are no zombies anywhere. They're all just dead, which makes it way easier to get to the helipad at noon.
And in the next episode, we'll continue on with Dead Rising. Be safe, everybody.